I'm going to show you where you could park your motorhome if you want to come down and visit this area. There's loads of places where you can park up. Welcome back to the channel. This time we're showing you where you can park your motorhome if you visit Ciudad Quesada. There are lots of on-street places which we'll show you, and then there are places up near the town centre. Eventually there's going to be a proper motorhome air built at the top of the town, which we'll show you later on. Thanks again for watching. This Link scooter has been here since we arrived in November, and it's now January. I mustn't need it. This is our local bar across here. I say local, we've not been in this year. That's the AJ's bar. And you've got the Budapest restaurant there, which we've not been in at all. This is just at the bottom of our road, the Curry Junction, $13.95 for the 3-course meal. It's interesting to say garnish for naans and rice and stuff. You just say side. Well, that's the Curry Junction. We've been in there a couple of times last year. I think we've been in once this year, or maybe not at all, I'm not sure. Have we been in there this year, Cath?
Eh?
Have we been in this year? No. It's lovely down here, the blue lake there, and La Mata in the distance, San Luis in the distance over there, going into Torrevieja. We're just going to walk along the side of the road now. You've seen this before if you've watched our other videos, and I've just slipped down the side of this here. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time I've done that. I must be a bit gormless. This is the way we walk on to the other part at the bottom of Quesada on the Guadamar Road. It's a bit noisy with traffic and I didn't put a mic on, so hopefully this'll pick up alright. Either overnight, wild camping, or just for a couple of hours, go in the restaurants, etc. The first bit is this stretch here, which is near Adina's restaurant, Gino Bar, and a couple of other restaurants, Indian Ocean. Oh, there's also the butcher's down here, and a patisserie, bakery. But you can park just on left down here, on the gravel, or you can park along these bits of road here. Up on the left is the Laguna Hotel, but these places are ideal for parking, fairly quiet apart from the road noise. And you can just have a little quiet spell down here. We're going to go further up towards Quesada, so we're heading north through, what's this area called, Cath?
Donna Pepper.
Donna Pepper and Los
yeah.
Maribou.
Low Maribou.
Low Maribou. This is sort of the south side of Quesada, Ciudad Quesada. And as you get further up, you go across onto the high street, and then you start going uphill to the top part of Ciudad Quesada. And then when you go over the hill, you drop down to where the golf course is, La Marquesa golf course, and into Rojales. And if you go through Rojales, you then get to Benioff rather, Benimar, around that area. Pick you up in a minute, there's people looking at me. I don't like it. This is down the back of Adina's. I've showed it on other videos, but not everyone's seen the older videos. And this is restaurant 222, which we've not been in. Menu del dia there is $13.90 from 1 till 4. Cath's just disappeared again. Then we've got a little Don Carlos bar, which is an Irish pub, but I think it's to do with the Don Carlos at the top. Oh, they've got a menu del dia as well. $13.50. Soup, garlic prawns, potato puffer, croquettes, dorado rather, which is fish, pork medallions, chicken breast with mashed potatoes. Oh, mashed potatoes. Little newsagents and tobacconists. Oh, it's a newsagent, I don't know if it's tobacco. A glasses place. Yes, Cath just wanders off. I put the camera on, she wanders off. I was going to give her the camera to have a chinwag on it. In fact, I should have put a mic on anyway because of the breeze. It might not be picking up very well. This is the Laguna Hotel, which is very nice. And then you head up this big avenue. You can go right the way up this big avenue through about 2 roundabouts, 3 roundabouts, and you get to Cooper's Bar and La Vida Bar. And then onwards to the high street. So we're going up to Lidl this morning, and it'll take us probably 20 minutes to walk to Lidl. And then we're going to come back down. We're just going up for some essentials. No, not wine, bread, etc. There you go. Look, this looks lovely, doesn't it?
What a lovely day.
I did go in here a couple of years ago and said, am I okay to film inside? And they said no, which is a shame. It's a cracking up in place. And there aren't many hotels around here, to be honest.
I was just going to say, but Mick turned the camera off because I don't normally talk, do I? That hotel's mainly, I would think, used for people who are coming to look at buying properties, because that's the only one round here, isn't it?
Yeah, the only big hotel.
Yeah, Mick's just taking his jumper off because it's too warm. It's a lovely day. It's not been like this for a week.
We feel sorry
It's a
for you
bit
lot.
breezy. Yeah, we feel sorry for you a lot because we know that you've had a lot of snow.
Well, by the time this video comes out, your snow will have gone anyway.
Probably. Would you like the camera back, Mick?
I hope so. As a motorhome, what you will find in this area is just let me just turn you around and look at the size of these properties. You've got massive detached properties. Beautiful. It's a cracking area, but there's tons of parking. It's a big wide avenue. There's parking at both sides, but generally you'd only have 1 or 2 cars, and you'd use your garage.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Garage? I mean garage.
I wouldn't want anybody to park outside somebody's house. There's somewhere up there you can park.
Cath's worrying about things like that. You could park here, look at that. Nobody could see you from that building. It's absolutely stunning though, isn't it? The spaces along here. But the avenues are big, wide parking spaces. And of course you're legal to park as long as you don't get your chairs and everything out. And we'll just cut across to a bit where there's more. It's not been developed quite yet, so you can park.
Yeah.
You can park your motorhome there. Let's just go over and have a look. We're going to go up past this church. There's a church on the left up here.
But hopefully, sometime this year, and I don't know whether it will be this year, the new camping site up in Ciudad Quesada itself will be open. And that's right in the centre.
Yeah, that's right at the bottom of the high street. I've showed it on a previous video if you dig through and have a look, but I'm going to get some more aerial footage of it and see how it's developing. That'll be really handy for proper park-ups with showers, etc. But in the meantime, there's lots of spaces around here. I'll show you around this corner. Me and Cath are busy having an argument at the moment.
Well, not an argument. He always leaves. I say to him, a workman never leaves without his tools. Well, Mick always does. He always leaves with no battery.
You're on the wrong side of the pavement.
Always leaves with no battery.
I don't always leave without a battery.
I asked you before we went out.
I don't. This is this is the Action 4 camera, which I don't always take out. I normally take the Pocket 3. So I've got that fully charged and I've got the spare battery and it's in my other bag. So I've just brought this on its own, but I didn't bring a battery. I didn't bring a spare one, so we might run out. If we do, we do. It's only going to be a short bit today, then I might do a bit more another day in this area. This is a strange little place. This is Low Maribou. There's a farm. There's a farm over there in the centre of the picture, which has got old water things and cisterns and everything. And at the end of the farmyard, but fenced in, is a church. What looks like a church. But then across, there's a brand new church. But never mind. So this bit here, there's no development, and you've got big wide parking bays marked, well not marked off, it's just a parking lane, should I say.
We may develop this.
They will develop it. They'll develop at some point. The developments in this area are going on at a fast pace. At the top end, as we go further north, I showed on a previous video, there's about 7 or 8 tower cranes where they're doing a lot of developing, and then in Torrevieja there's a massive development called La Jolla, at La Jolla. I think it's 3,000 or 7,000 properties going to be on there. But this is the old farm here, which is all fenced off. And you do still see people running around after sheep and goats along here. We've seen them chasing goats. But if you look at this particular bit there,
Down here.
undeveloped, you can park all the way along there. Right down there, there's nobody about there, apart from dog walkers. And even along this way and along this side, you're not going to be disturbing anybody. So this is the bottom end of Quesada. I'll just put it on a little map. I'll just circle the area where it is. But it's a good spot for parking up. I'll just show you again where this parking is available. Down here, right along there, that's lovely yellow flowers in there. Right along, that goes up this CV 905 at the far side of there, it runs alongside it, right to the Quesada High Street. And as you zigzag through these developments, you get to the High Street. Or you can go straight up that one. We'll go straight up that one, shall we, Cath?
This one, yeah.
This one, yeah.
One.
Yeah. I don't know what that farmer's doing with his land over there, 'cause there's nothing growing on it, apart from weeds. Yeah, we'd be happy parking on some of these side roads with our motorhome. I know you can find them in every town in Spain, every city in Spain, but it's very quiet down here. Very quiet. You do see lots of motorhomes on the streets in this area anyway. There's a Norwegian one there, and death lefts. And I suppose if you come down for winter, because this is a place where it looks like it's mainly holiday homes. So in summer it'll be busy, in winter it should be quite quiet. So if you come down to visit your holiday home and you've got a motorhome, you've got to park it somewhere. So there's plenty of space on these streets. There's another motorhome over there. And as you can see, these streets, everywhere on here there's some very wide streets. If you put off by these weeds, they've grown in about 5 or 6 days, I reckon, because there's been that much rain. And now we've got the sunshine, so the weeds sprout very quickly. And the council will be out to deal with those at some point. But it's generally a well-kept area. Another motorhome up there. There's also plenty of supermarkets around here as well. Aldi, Lidl, Consum, Massimas. I can't think if there's a Mercadona. If you want British goods as well, there's, is it Pepco they call it, supermarket? There's a supermarket near Quesada that sells all
I don't know.
British products.
We've not been in it.
Which we don't go in because it's a little bit dear for us. But if you really want a treat, it's all, you know, you go in and spend some brass. They do sell all stuff, not Pepco. The food
Oh, the food company. The food
It's called the food company, right opposite a massive Chinese.
Yeah, that sells
Sell everything place.
Everything.
Yeah. So we're still heading north, up towards the centre. Well, just beside the gates at the bottom, we're going to Lidl. And over there, loads more undeveloped, but the roads are all in, so you can go on some nice tarmac roads and get some nice parking. There's the food co over there, and there's another motorhome. And now we're going to carry on heading north, and again look at all these spaces along here, and you'll see the development in the distance there, and all the tower cranes.
If you are looking for property around here and you have got a motorhome, it's ideal.
I find it strange, you know, in Spain, that before they build properties, years before, they put all the street lighting in the roads, on the roads. and then let it go wild. So this is undeveloped. You've got all the street lighting in, you've got the pedestrian areas, and then across the way there, that's where all the development's getting done. It's just odd that they do it all, because in England you build a new housing estate, and if you buy one early on, you're going to destroy your car getting to and from it, because it's just raised metalworks everywhere. They don't put the tarmac in. Anyway, these are beautiful, these yellow things. I've never noticed this little tunnel before. This is between the top of Quesada and the Guadamar Road, which is at the bottom on the 905. I should imagine it's either a watercourse that they've had to accommodate, or it's the farmer who used to need access to the fields for his sheep and goats and things. You get furniture shops down here, but parking wise, again, you've got the whole long stretch up here with a few offs and a few offs that way, where you can park a motorhome easily, no problemo. There's a boat parked over there, imagine that. We're quite away from the sea, we're about 10 or 15 minutes drive from the nearest seaside, which is go to the bottom of Quesada along the Guadamar Road, and you get to Guadamar, or you can just turn right to La Mata. I bet that's been there years. We're at the Lidl now in Quesada, which is just below the Burger King. The gates of Quesada arches are just up there. We've seen people parking on this spot at the back of here. Also the gravel car park up there, which are very handy for the town itself. But as we were just showing you, all the way down through the developments, there's lots of parking on the streets. The Quesada centre's up there and we're down that way. But if you come on from Aldi, from the developments and everything, along these roads, along where the canal is, there's a medical centre. There's parking all the way along both sides there, and if you turn around this way, there's a little area which has got a beautiful Indian curry house.
It's $12.99 for 3 courses.
El Nido. And the La Vida Sunset Bar. You've got bins, which you may need. Behind these is Cooper's Bar, kids play area, and there's a laundrette over there. If you want to do some laundry, get your sends up here. We're just going back along there to the top of Avenida Del Mar, then we're walking down to our place at Avenida Del Mar. So the El Nido, we've been in there a couple of times, maybe 3 times. We'll go in again and we'll do a proper little review of it, because it's a very nice curry place. This Antica Italia, all the chairs are stacked up inside, so I don't know if it's shut down or whether it's just closed for winter. So the curry place is just next to the Sunset La Vida Bar.
Park outside anybody's house though.
We do see lots of motorhomes up here. Cath just said I won't be encouraging anyone to park outside somebody's house. But it's a public road, Cath. This is Avenida Del Mar Road. So you won't park here because it's sloping a bit. But most of the areas are quite flat down here. And Cath won't want anyone parking outside ours. Most people, Cath, they just stop overnight one night.
I still won't want them parking outside my house.
You're a motorhomer. You should accept that that's how it works.
No, I wouldn't.
That's Cath's opinion.
Yeah, it's my opinion.
I won't be too bothered.
If you agree with me, put it in the comments.
Oh, if you agree with me, put that in the comments. No, I understand what she means. You wouldn't want someone directly outside. Our house is open space at the front, so we won't want one there. But these have got big walls around them, so they've got the privacy.
When push comes
anyway,
to shove,
but it's also
somebody would probably just come outside and say, "Don't park outside my house," and you'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I got told not to park when we went somewhere the other week, didn't I? And I told him,
and you were only parking up.
I'm legal. I'll park where I like. I'm legal. And there were no camping behaviour, but he came out, a Russian guy, a bit uppity. Well, could have been Ukrainian. Anyway, we all have opinions about parking. I'm just trying to show you that this area's got plenty of places to park. In fact, most of the places you don't even need to be near houses.
Yeah, no you don't.
No. I'm going to you shortly.
Look at them cranes over there.
I've got this on a previous video showing all the
Oh,
development. This is a good spot to do it from, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can film them all the way up here.
You need to get your drone back out again, don't you?
I do, yeah. 2024 when we were up here, I did some drone shots and there were no cranes at all.
I know there were nothing
So
there.
they've appeared in the last 12 months.
There was nothing. And then the smoke up there.
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto CV 905.
Show them the parking down at Lidl there.
Parking
If you
down
come in
the middle.
Motorhome, it's parking at Lidl, and then just here, in front of Pepco's, a big piece of spare ground and an old road.
Yeah, we do see people parked down there.
Yeah, the column.
We'll go up near that camp where they're making the...
The campsite,
Yeah.
you can't really see it. The camping car there thing. But it looks like it's going to be a proper campsite. It looks like they've dug out for swimming pools and everything, doesn't it?
Oh, I can't see it.
You know where it is?
I know where it is.
Yeah. Well, you can't really see it. You get it out your side window in a minute, whereas we go past, you might get it. Oh, there's a building going up now. There's a building going up.
Exit the roundabout onto
Oh,
CV
yeah.
905.
So that's where the new campground's going to
Continue
be.
on CV 905 for 3/4 of a mile.
I think that's going to be pretty big, isn't
Which
it?
is, it's be great because it'll bring some money into Quesada.
This is the progress on the motorhome air at Ciudad Quesada, just across the road from Quesada Fish and Chips and the Urban Coast Cafe. Seems to be slow going, to be honest. They're doing some infrastructure down there, up down there, which is looks like maybe a swimming pool in there, a couple of buildings, and I'm not sure, and there's a building just behind this sign. I'm not sure what they're doing with the rest of it, whether they're going to grade it and do it as gravel pitches, gravel hard standing or what. It's difficult to find any information, and look at the blooming weather around here. This is not weather, this is the farmers have been burning agricultural waste, so you can't even see the mountains because of the smog. And then they put all the ULEZ zones in and rip people off if they go in accidentally with an unauthorised vehicle. It's mad. Well, that's it from Ciudad Quesada for today, everyone. We really hope you've enjoyed coming along with us on this little look around the area. And hey, if you're enjoying our videos, please stick around, because next time we're doing something a bit different and pretty exciting. We're going to share with you exactly how much YouTube has paid us over 17 years of creating video content. Yep, you heard that right. We actually started way back with a different channel. We've kept going right up to now with our turn now, 17 years. So tune in next time to see just how much we've banked from this whole YouTube journey. It's going to be a bit of an eye-opener. Before we go, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to some lovely friends of ours, Steve, Wendy and their cheeky little sidekick Pippin from the Happy Travellers YouTube channel. They were in the area recently and we managed to catch up for a coffee. It was great to see them, and they're celebrating 10 fantastic years as full-time YouTube van lifers this year. They've travelled all over Europe in the motorhome, and if you love van life, motorhome adventures and railroad stories, go check them out and hit that subscribe button on their channel too. In their latest video they show you a brand new camping spot just up the road from here in Rojales, which is an ideal place for exploring the town. But of course don't forget to subscribe to us here at Our Turn Now as well, if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications so you never miss an update, especially that big earnings reveal next time. So thanks so much for watching everyone, take care, safe travels, and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.